Hey, welcome to Texas Football Talk. I'm your host, Jeremy Lockby, once again joined by my brother Clint. In this episode, a 2023 player profile talking about Sydir Mitchell. How you doing, brother?
Hey, pretty good, man. You bamboozled me into doing a different type of show, man. I'm trying to get out of doing shows, and you keep bringing me in for more, but it's all good, man. Nothing better than talking a little bit of recruiting. Nothing better than talking these guys we currently have in the 2023 class, which there's 23 of them. We're going to start off, like Jeremy said, with talking about Sydir Mitchell. Current height, 6'5", 335 pounds. Attends Bergen Catholic out of Oradell, New Jersey. Chose Texas over Georgia, Miami, and Texas A&M. Currently ranked 194th in the nation, 30th defensive lineman in the nation, and second highest recruit in New Jersey. And I think what Texas was looking for, obviously going to the SEC, was SEC-type bodies. And this is a SEC-type nose tackle, man, with the height, current height and current weight that he has. Your thoughts, man, on Sydir Mitchell?
Yeah, 6'5", 335 pounds, dominates at the point of attack. And Texas doesn't have that many bodies that look like Sydir Mitchell. Again, talking about Keandre Coburn, Tavondre Sweat, who are probably going to be gone this time next year. Trying to get, like you said, that 6'5", 335 pounder, and they don't grow on trees. So Texas went up to New Jersey to grab this kid. And again, he's one of my favorite commitments out of this class just because he brings something different. Steve Sarkisian has no problem getting skill position guys in here. We've seen that. Secondary guys for Pete Kwiatkowski, we've seen that. But in the trenches, on the defensive line specifically, it's good to see a guy like Sydir Mitchell join this Texas class. So we're going to talk a little bit about his film.
Yeah. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and share his film with everybody here, and we'll kind of just go through and kind of stop and play back what we're seeing on film with Sydir Mitchell. So without further ado. All right, this time we're going to go ahead and play Sydir's huddle film. And then we'll kind of stop before each play, kind of stop, as we get to a play. So tell me what your thoughts are, Jeremy, here at this particular point.
All right, so he's going to get double teamed by the center guard combo, left center guard combo. Huddle does a good job of, highlighting the player they're actually, filming and covering. So you can see Sydir lined up in a 3 technique, traditionally right off the shade of the center. He's going to take on this double team technique with the center and the guard and find his way to the football. Just hands, explosive hands. You see, he kind of works off the double team, gets rid of the center, and makes a tackle.
You know what I noticed with Sydir Mitchell is like you talk about his hands, right? When he takes on a double team, and at some point you're talking about a triple team, you're talking about his hands. He's a powerful guy. Obviously, at 335 pounds, he's going up against obviously big offensive linemen. But when he's using his hands, he's actually shedding blocks and actually being able to move himself down the line. And you'll see that as we kind of roll through this film.
Hands, his eyes are always in the backfield, right? He senses the play as it's moving, moves to that side, and then, like you say, tackles the ball carrier. So directly over the left guard here. So basically at the snap of the ball, works himself right, takes a false step right, comes back, works himself down the line of scrimmage, makes the tackle, but not only makes the tackle, impact play. Immediately forces a fumble. You're going to see as Clint rolls that it gets picked up by one of his linebackers and returned not for a touchdown, but again, producing turnovers. False step to the right, works his way down the line of scrimmage, makes a play on the ball, forces fumble, teammate picks it up. Possession for his team, Bergen Catholic.
So again, right over the top of the guard here, and again, this is what you consistently see from Sydir Mitchell is really just getting shedding blocks most times on a double team, but at the same time you consistently see him. He's got a motor, what you want to see in a big guy like himself. It's not just trying to clog the hole, stop the run. It's really shedding blocks and getting to the running back for those tackles for loss.
And most times with the 6'5", 365-pound nose tackle, you're not going to come up against offensive lineman his size. So he's just going to use his strength to basically win that matchup. But Sydir uses his lower half, uses leverage, uses his hands. He has all the tools. You could tell he's worked with a pass rush specialist before and run specialist, because the fact that how he always has his eyes in the backfield, puts his hands on the offensive lineman and works his way towards the ball. Instinctive, understands where the flow of the play is going, and finds himself in a position to make a play.
Again, there you go. Using his hands, get off that block and fill that gap.
You can let this one roll. Swim. Tackle for loss, right? So not playing games with the center guards, allowing himself to get bear hugged, using techniques such as that, an overhand swim to get into the backfield and making contact with the running back behind the line of scrimmage. Again, we've talked about Texas's need to make that first contact at the line of scrimmage or behind it for this upcoming 2022 season. This kid possesses that ability, and you can see it in this film.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The game is one of the trenches. Again, this is why you had some big SEC programs going after him, because you go back to looking at what Georgia did in the national championship in the 2021 season. It was filled with guys in the trenches, and they have the depth to kind of push people in and out, and you want quite a few of them wind up going to the NFL. But
Absolutely.
this is exactly what you want, somebody that obviously can take on blocks, but at the same time get into the backfield, create interior pressure when and you'll see that too in his film. When a quarterback drops back, you got that interior pressure. He's right on top of him, makes the quarterback really, really uncomfortable. But again, it's all about interior pressure and obviously winning the line of scrimmage.
And that's it. You just don't want to be a run stuffer, who's protected linebackers. You want to be able to make plays. This is one of my favorites here. If you'll slow this one down just a second. So obviously screenplay by the team in white. Sydir at this point recognizes, hey, this is no run play. I'm going to go ahead and filter myself back to the linebacker level. And not only does he do that, but he rolls with the quarterback. He almost acts like a spy and rolling with the quarterback. And then eventually you'll see what happens. And I'll let Clint talk about the second piece.
Yeah. So really you're talking about a spy. That's exactly what I seen when I was watching this film. And me and Jeremy really didn't. We're doing this live as we're kind of going over. We both watched the film individually, but I noticed the same thing. He's kind of acting as a spy here. And as you see Sydir, what he'll do is he'll flow to the right with the quarterback. He gets, obviously one of his defensive guys gets the hands up. Now you got a guy that's 6'5", 335 pounds with some good hands. And we've seen it twice. Again, he's done it in the 2022 season, actually taking one to the house. In a year, he obviously puts his offense in a good place with an interception from a defensive tackle. You definitely can't beat that.
Athletic ability off the charts, right? Play on the ball, has to jump up, make the catch. Once he gets the interception, works his way down the field for a positive place for his team.
Kind of want to go back here real quick and look at this double team that he took on. As you can see, he's right up over the guard, but the center kind of shuts down here, bringing Sydir into a double team. As you can see, on this play, what I noticed is he takes his left arm, he kind of pushes the center off. He takes the right arm and kind of pushes the right guard and actually fills that hole to get that tackle.
Power, right? Power. And that's why you line him up in that shade, because he's going to get a piece of everybody, but he's not going to get head up, man on man, body on body. He's going to get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And most times he gets rid of that guard super quick and then works his way down the line of scrimmage.
I think that's a perfect shot of it right there. Yep. With that double team.
And got left hand on the center, right hand on the guard. Absolutely.
He's able to make that play. It actually pushes it down the line.
Yeah, powerful.
Very powerful. Here he's lined up over the guard, it looks like. Yep. Takes
right guard pulls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Right guard pulls, and he just falls behind him, right? So the flow of the play, again, if he's pulling off me, he's generally going power to opposite of me, just follows the play. And then it ends up making the play.
He takes number 73. He takes number 73 and kind of pushes him about 5 yards into the backfield to create a tackle for loss for his defense there. Again, lined up over the guard here. Push the right guard really to the right and fills that gap. Go ahead, Jimmy. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, left guard, man on man. Like you said, at the point of attack, uses leverage, uses his lower half to get rid of him. You can let it roll. And just works to get powerful, works off the block or attempted block, and then finds the running back.
I don't even know. I don't even know what you say about that. Like, go ahead, Jeremy.
No, it's just one-handed. So fires off the ball quick, gets him at a disadvantage. Right, uses his hands, gets up in 53's grill, and basically bowls him over. That's the kind of player you're getting with Sydir. I think the audience has got a good idea of what he could do, so we'll just let it roll. Again, working off blocks, making tackles. This play lines up as a jumbo tight end, works his way down. They follow right behind him and into the end zone. And then it just continues. The dominance continues as the film continues to roll. There's actually a play here in just a moment where he takes the center back into the quarterback and the running back, and ultimately all three of them end up on the ground. But yeah, just working down the line of scrimmage, making tackles for loss consistently is what you see on his film. And like I said, this is the play where he pretty much tackles the whole football team in one fell swoop. Everybody hits the ground. Sydir ends up on top and pretty excited about his performance. But yeah, I think that's good for the film. We put a capper on this one real quick and just tell you that Texas got a gem in number 90. And if you've ever heard him speak, he's a gentle giant, a really good kid who Texas is lucky to have in this 2023 class because, again, like Clint said earlier, it fills a void in a position where they don't have a whole lot of bodies like Sydir Mitchell.
Yeah, again, you're talking about a guy that may rise in the 23 season as well. You've seen it. The offers are there. The size is there. You see the ability. So I think he may be a late riser, and you may actually see him move up from that 30th defensive lineman in the country in that 194 spot, especially with the plays that he's making currently. You can definitely see the athletic ability. I want to kind of tell somebody. Go ahead, Jeremy.
No, I would agree because that's what's going to separate. Again, when you're 6'5", 335, and you're in that top echelon of defensive linemen, it's that explosive play like you talked about yesterday that they could see his athletic ability on tape. He's making explosives. He's turning the ball over because, like I said earlier, 6'5", 335 generally dominates, high school football. Like that's what you're going to see is the guy pushing the center guard combo and making his way to the football and tackling ball carriers. But what you're not going to see is the screen recognition, getting back at that second level, picking off a pass, and then trying to return it for a touchdown. He didn't get his big man touchdown last year, but he got it yesterday. Like I say, when he returned a fumble 35 yards for a touchdown. But just excited to see him. And I know you had another thought.
Yeah, just Bo Davis, man, bringing big humans just like Kyle Flood is into the program. They know exactly what they need to be able to compete in the SEC. So these are the guys they're going to be going after. And again, I think this, like you said, I think he's a gem. I think he's going to be a late riser. He's already, in the top 200 of the composite of 247, but I think you may see that rise a little higher. But I also want to tell people this, me and Jeremy are used to, this is the first time we've actually used video to do a show. So please put your comments in the comment section. Tell us how we can get better at doing it. What we didn't want to do is we didn't really want to do the voiceover thing with the video and kind of have everything written in stone before we go into it. We actually wanted to play the video live as we're actually doing this on video. But we appreciate y'all listening as always. Any final thoughts before we finish?
No, just other than you talked about, we used to do the commitment corners and basically there was no video involved. We just kind of watched the film and then kind of gave our thoughts at the end. This gives us an opportunity to share the video. And again, you can go on Huddle, search Sydir Mitchell and watch the full 7 minutes, or I think it's 5.5 minutes. We kind of went through 3 minutes of it. You can check out the rest of it. But just kind of wanted to bring the film as well as our, I wouldn't say expertise, but knowledge of the football game and just share the film when we're talking about a commit or a player for the University of Texas.
Yeah, man, it was exciting. Well, we appreciate you listening as always. Please hit that like button. Please comment in the comment section. And please do not forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. We appreciate you listening as always. You can find us on Facebook at Texas Football Talk, on Instagram at Texas Football Talk, and on Twitter at TX Football Talk. Thank you for listening as always, and hook 'em.
Hook 'em.